Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Ebony was drenched in her own pool of tears. Something had changed, and it wasn't just the atmosphere in the palace, it was deeper than that. She had started feeling a kind of unease she couldn't explain. Something was off. For the first time, she gained the Ooni of Ife's attention and enjoyed the palace spotlight. She felt like her place was under trade, like she could, that spotlight she used to enjoy, she couldn't get it anymore. What is going on? Whisper has started coming up again that Adetutu, the girl, the priestess from the UK, had gone to visit Olori Naomi. When she heard that the priestess was going to visit Olori Naomi, almost she couldn't keep her calm. She was devastated to the core because, things like this usually will fade away because of Olori Naomi. Remember when Oni had come up to say that he was going to get married to wives again? He was going to bring new wives to the palace. There were women, but he didn't go ahead with it. Why didn't he go ahead with it? He didn't go ahead with it because of Olori Naomi. Yes, it is true that Naomi doesn't really bother anymore. Naomi has grown. Naomi has come to that place where she has come to accept that he is Onirisha. He will marry as many wives as he wants to marry, and nobody has the power to stop him. Naomi is matured now. That maturity is speaking for Olori Naomi. And that is why you see that from time to time, you have heard that Kabiyesi wants to get married to this, Kabiyesi wants to get married to that, and people will be scared on how it will affect Olori Naomi. It doesn't affect her anymore. The reason happens to be that over time, Naomi has come to see how much Kabiyesi loves her. Naomi has come to see that the position that she holds as wife to the Ooni of Ife is not a position that anybody can struggle. Because if anybody would have won this, it would have been one of these Oloris in the palace. But so far, so good. Kabiyesi has fought tirelessly to ensure that Naomi, stands strong and well wherever she is. Now, what is going on is, when this Adetutu came into the palace, Ebony was, fully confident. Yes, she was very confident because she knew that Naomi may not agree. And of course, she knows that if Naomi does not agree, these two will melt like others. It will not go anywhere, nothing will happen. But upon getting up and hearing whispers that Naomi, this lady, had gone to meet Olori Naomi, they said whispers had started. At first, it was just, palace workers talking in hushed tone. But soon enough, the name started spreading again. Adetutu, a young, exceptionally brilliant and stunning woman from the royal Ogboru, rolling house. She's not loud. She's not one of those women who will fight for attention. Of course, she's lived in the UK. She is beautiful. She knows that. But the moment the Ooni of Ife set his eyes on her during a recent cultural conference right there in Ile-Ife, that first time that she came, something clicked. She carried herself like someone raised with the full knowledge of royalty. Her voice is calm, her word measured, and her traditional knowledge is profound. She speaks Yoruba with the depth of a seasoned priestess and understands the old chant that even most elders had forgotten. So this woman is somebody who is into culture so much. Adetutu is not just traditional. She was a fusion of both world, educated in the UK, a double graduate in history and political science. She had recently completed a master in African traditional institutions and governance. She had also worked with the African Union on cultural heritage preservation. She had brain beauty and a powerful ancestral lineage. Most importantly, she had the calm demeanor that the Ooni of Ife likes. Kabiyesi likes to talk and all of that. Now, with all of this, Ebony's problem, was not just the girl. It was what she represented, okay? It's what and who she represented. A complete shift. A woman who didn't have to try too hard. A woman the elders could approve of without question. A woman that Queen Naomi surprisingly agreed to meet in private. That meeting broke Ebony's confidence. They said Queen Naomi and Adetutu met. They say when Ebony heard that Adetutu had gone to Lagos Royal Mansion, to meet with Olori Naomi, okay, of course, they said Ebony could not believe herself that she was so sad. Nobody knew about the meeting until one of the inner domestic staff leaked the information. Apparently, Adetutu had been in Lagos for just 24 hours, yet she made it a point to visit Queen Naomi. That alone sent a message to anyone watching closely. Adetutu was not moving without structure. She is being guided. Ebony couldn't understand it. Why would Queen Naomi agree to meet her? Especially knowing that Adetutu was fast becoming someone the Oni was beginning to, show keen interest in. The same Queen Naomi had been quiet, distant, and unmoved by the palace drama in recent time. And now Adetutu and Queen Naomi is not bothered. Why is Queen Naomi accepting to see Adetutu? Adetutu has become such a big competition or a big competitor with Ebony. Adetutu does not think that she is competing with anyone, but as far as Ebony is concerned, you do know that that ritual is Ebony that has been performing it. Ebony is the traditional one. Ebony is the calabash carrier. Ebony is the mamalawo. Ebony is the one who acts as though she knows the culture more than everybody. And right now, it does seem as if Kabiyesi is replacing Ebony with this Adetutu. Now, all the ritual that Olori Naomi is not able to do, if Adetutu comes into the picture, she will be doing that ritual, right? And that is what Ebony is going to, give anything for. She does not want that to happen. And unfortunately for her right now, Kabiyesi doesn't want her to continue to, run up those rituals for him because Kabiyesi is in a very bad place, an angry place with Ebony right about now. You do remember that the immunity removal is still on. And Kabiyesi wants them to finish their argument and everything and bring themselves to him, let him remove immunity. But for now, Ogunjaye is still there. Ogunjaye is looking at all of them and doing his work. You heard what happened. They said an elder passed on. An elder was struck dead by the Ogunjaye. And so Kabiyesi is not worried. And, he's just doing his stuff. And so with all this immunity removal pending and all of that, the ritual now that Ebony is supposed to perform for Kabiyesi, Kabiyesi doesn't want Ebony to perform it. And that is why they are bringing in Adetutu. But I said the moment Kabiyesi set his eyes on Adetutu, Kabiyesi seemed to like Adetutu. But what is more worrisome right now is that Naomi is aware of all of this. And Naomi is supporting, the union between Adetutu and the Ooni of Ife. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.